Hey guys, welcome back. Oh man, so we have just been super busy trying to get a few videos out here and there and listing and shipping. But I picked some stuff up a few weeks ago at the most amazing estate sale I've ever been to. And I can't wait to show you guys because I picked up so much stuff to resell, so much stuff for my own personal collection, and just the type of toys and stuff that I feel like you guys might be wanting to look out for, and the other types of items that you guys should be picking up when you're and looking out for when you're out there trying to resell stuff. So we're gonna get right into it, and I just can't wait to show you all this stuff. I'm super excited about it. Let's go take a look. This is actually pretty funny. If anybody knows me personally, knows that I do not deal in glassware. But the story was, I went to, when I was at the estate sale, they had the bathroom closed off. There was no public bathrooms. So I got to talking to the guy there, and I was like, listen, I know that nobody's allowed to go to the bathroom here. I was like, but I'm diabetic, and I like really, really have to pee, and I'm going to be here a while. So I was like, would you mind if I went up and used the restroom? So he gave me permission to go inside. And when I go in, right above the mantle were all of these different glass pieces. And I came out and I talked to him, and I was like, you should have these out for sale. He's like, I didn't think anybody would be interested in any of them. And ironically enough, when I talked to one of the other employees, they told me they didn't sell any other glass that entire sale. But I was like, I would offer you $20 just to clear out the space, and they accepted my offer, and so I picked up all these, including an extra one that is not in this pile, but I sent it to a friend. But I don't deal in glass at all. The one that caught my eye was actually this one here, and it's because it reminds me of Starro from DC Comics. And then I, took a closer look at all these other little like fishes and stuff like that, and I just thought they were really, really neat. But if there's any glass experts, or if anybody can point me in the direction of one that will actually answer questions, I don't know what to charge for these. And I've never sold glass like this before, so I really don't know what they're worth. I think I used Google Lens on the Star, and I found some similar solds for like 40 or 50 bucks, but that's about it. Alright, and next up we have a pretty big purchase I made here. There was a collection of these LGB Lehman trains. So what initially happened was I took them to the cashier, I bought all my purchases, like my first round of purchases, and I was like, hey, there's still 3 more of these trains downstairs, but they're not the engines like this one. This one is an engine. They're just like the cars to it. So I said, he understood that I was a reseller, and he was just, me and him were having a fun conversation. So I'd asked him, I was like, well, do you think you would take $10 for the rest of them? And he agreed. Unfortunately, when I went back downstairs to the basement where these were all at, somebody had already grabbed them, so not a big deal. I found a couple more small items, and I had just asked them, could I pick up those items instead for the $10, because I had already paid him ahead of time. And he said that was fine. So I already have those listed and one of those sold, so I'll just show you the comps here. You see here, it was a really cool, unique looking lighter, and then a multi-tool. The multi-tool just sold the other day, I think on a best offer of $26.99 plus shipping. But now we can get into these. So first I found, this one isn't anything really special. I just saw it and I thought it was kind of cool. And because I was buying so much, and helping them clear out the house at this estate sale, they just kind of like threw it in for a couple bucks. But I got this Uncle Sam cast iron coin bank. This one isn't one of the old, like super old vintage ones. This one's from around 2002, I believe. Yep, 2002 right there. They sell for about $20, $25, give or take. If they were the really old vintage ones, they sell for a little bit more, but not a big deal. Now, this one was a cool piece. This LGB Lehman 2090 D10 train. If you look up the D10 2090 trains, there are a few sold comps, but I have the only one that is currently listed that is in red. All the solds and all the listeds, and there's not that many of them, are yellow. So I think this is just a rarer color variation, so I have mine priced a little bit higher, and I have offers turned on. I would just take a little bit more than what the yellow ones sell for, but I think I do have it priced like twice as much. But it's still getting a bunch of interest. Maybe I'll drop the price eventually, but I don't mind sitting on it for a while. It just kind of sits in the closet. You see here, it also came with all these different train tracks. It only came with one of these, this Lehman, what number? These all have model numbers on them except for this stack right here. This Lehman number 1100 train track. I'm not sure how much I can get for that one because it's only one singular one. But I have some of these longer Lehman ones, these number 1000s. You can lot these up into groups. I'll show you some comps there. Then there are a whole another stack here of these smaller number 1000s, the straight tracks. You can lot those up. This one track here looks like it sells for about $40. This is the one that has the switch where the train tracks can switch, obviously. And then this little piece here, the only sold comps I see are the ones that still have like the box and the little part that goes under it. I mean, I'll probably just try to get like an extra 10 bucks on top. Doing a little bit of research, you know, these unmarked ones, there was 12 of them. I think I could probably get about $30 to $40 for this lot of 12 here, so not too bad on that either. Right here in front of me, I bought two different vacuum cleaners to disassemble and sell for parts because I don't want to sell the whole things as one piece. You could do it. I actually looked up this Mealy Compact C1 Turbo, and it looks like I could sell the whole vacuum for about $250 to $300, which I might do, just depends. Or I can part out each of these parts individually and sell them. You'll see different comps up there, like there's comps for the hose by itself, there's a comp for just the canister, there's a comp for just the brush head here, and then I think it's the brush head and this brush head here combined. There's no comps for these accessories, but I'm sure I could sell those by themselves. I'm sure that the wand itself sells for decent money. And the same thing goes here for this Kenmore Whisper Tone. So this one, you'll see that there's a comp here for this, for the, geez, I can't think. The actual vacuum part here, there's a comp for the canister, there's comps for the hoses, there's comps for these bars here, and all these pieces come apart and break down quite nicely. And the best thing about that is that I believe on the Kenmore more specifically is that it is more beneficial to break down all the different parts and sell it. This one might be more worth it to sell the whole unit altogether, but again, it just depends on if I feel like doing all that work. A lot of the stuff I picked up here, I picked up from my own personal collection, but I did pick up some stuff to resell. Now, mind you, I haven't looked up all the prices of this stuff yet, but I will throw comps up on the screen as I go along. So we're going to start off here. This sale had so many vintage Power Ranger toys, I just couldn't believe it. It had a lot of rare pieces and things that you actually don't really come across when it comes to collecting Power Ranger stuff. And I can't wait to show you all of it. We're going to start off here with this big tall guy here. This is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ninja Megazord, complete with his Falcon Zord and the crane. This little piece here alone on these toys. If you ever spot just that toy alone, goes for about $50 or $60 on its own. I did make a stupid mistake when I was at the sale because it was very pandemonium. Like there was people grabbing and pulling and stuff everywhere. But they had two of these Falcon Zords, and I don't know why my dumb self only worried about picking up the first one when this toy alone also goes for about 40 or 50 bucks, sometimes more depending on condition. And right down here, right next to it, I've got this little lot of what would look like just innocent figures on their own, but this is another complete Megazord here. This is the Ninja, sorry, I'm trying to remember the exact name. This is the Shogun Megazord. I have some duplicate pieces, as you can see here. We have 2 yellow Zords and 2 blue Zords, and 2 pink Zords. And the best part about this is just like that pink Zord there, this little crane pink Zord goes for right around $50 on its own as well. Now mind you, when I was at this estate sale, I only paid, I believe, $150 for everything. It was multiple transactions, so it was kind of hard to keep track of. I didn't do a very good job doing that. But you'll see here with some of the pieces that we picked up that it was well worth the money spent. Next up, this one is a real banger for you. This is an original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Morpher, and it came with the white Tiger Zord coin, and it does actually open and function, and the lights work and the sounds work. So that will get me some added bonus there when I go and decide to list that for sale. I don't remember what this guy was called. He was claimed by my buddy James. James wanted this guy, so I told him that he's more than welcome to have him, along with the Spawn figure here for his son Steven. So those 2 toys are going to find themselves a new home soon. They had even stuff like this little disc shooter Power Rangers toy, some Beetleborgs. These are 2 different versions of the gold Beetleborg, and a couple of Ranger figures here, the blue figure from the movie and the White Ranger, I believe, also from the movie. White Ranger's missing his shield, which is kind of a bummer, and his holster fell off, but these are for my personal collection, so I'm just going to glue the holster back on, so not a big deal there. Then we've got this complete 1993 Dragon Zord, and I do believe he did already have batteries in him. Let me see. Yep. So he is tested and working. This is a great Zord and a great toy that you can actually probably maximize your profits by piecing it out. This chest piece comes off and sells individually by itself. This tail piece comes off and sells by itself, and then the husk of the Zord will come off and sell by itself, and that's probably how I'll end up maximizing my profit out on that, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But it's super cool to have that. I do have one complete in the box already, so I was happy to grab that one, and definitely gonna enjoy selling that one online on eBay. Then over here, I just picked up a few things just to throw onto my shelf. We got 2 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers tapes. We've got the very first episode, Power Rangers Day of the Dumpster. That is the first Power Ranger episode of all time. Then we have Dinosaurs, great TV show I loved as a kid. Don't see dinosaur stuff too often, so I mean, I just grabbed that. Not sure if it's worth anything. Might throw it up on eBay for a few bucks, might hold on to it. And then we have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Alpha's Magical Christmas Special, where they get to meet Santa Claus. So, very funny, interesting episode there. This I picked up. This is Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. This is a CD, and I don't know, I think it sells for like 10 bucks, so I'm not 100% sure there, but I'll list that online. This one right here, I thought this was a cool piece. I don't think it actually sells for very much. It's in kind of rough condition. Vintage cap gun here. It's missing the orange thing on the end of it, and as per eBay rules, you're not really supposed to sell them, but I'm a rebel, so I'm going to try to sell it anyway. I see here the trigger is kind of jammed, and it's just not in the best shape, so it's alright. But it comes with this nice little holster, so I'm just going to list those two together, you know, for parts and repair, give it to somebody who knows what the heck they're doing. This was a pretty cool piece. I picked up this Playmobil space station set, and inside it had a bunch of figures and accessories. There's more parts that go to this, like there's like a space rover and a couple other little things, but they didn't have those there at the sale, but they did have this. Not sure what I'll list it for yet. There's the sold prices are a little bit all over the place, as you can see here, but it's in pretty good condition for its age. I mean, it's missing a few little pegs and stuff like that, so it's not 100% complete. I just think it was cool. And like I said, I didn't overpay at the sale at all. This was the piece I saw that got my attention, which made me decide to go to that sale. This is a Beetleborgs sword, and I recognize this from my childhood. I wanted it for my personal collection. It doesn't go for a ton. I think maybe like 20 or 30 bucks, but I did pop some batteries into it earlier and test it out, and the lights and sounds do work, so I'm pretty excited about that. You see down here we've got this Predator figure. I mean, I just was tossing stuff in the bag at it once I realized how reasonable the prices at this estate sale were going to be. This one, this little Zord, it's not actually a Zord, goes to, oh boy, Super Samurai something or other, basically an Ultraman series, I think, or is this, no, hold on, that might not be right. Is this Optimus? This is Optimus. This might actually go to the truck that I have listed. I don't know, I have to do a little bit more research. That is an Optimus though. So we'll have to take a picture of that and see what that goes for. But that was probably worth a few bucks there on its own. So there you have it, guys. That was everything that I picked up at this estate sale. Actually, it might not even be everything. I picked up so much, I probably listed some stuff that I've already forgotten about. But yeah, it is always worth buying things that you can buy and part out. That way, even if any of these components don't work, you can still make good money off of the remaining parts of them. And I didn't overpay at this estate sale either, so that really helped out my profit margins. So like I said, guys, if you want to see more of this type of stuff, just do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what your best flip of the week was, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.